You may be wondering now, why the hell are we showing you this video? Some dudes having a feast and some beers in a pub. Well, if you've watched our previous videos, you may know that these guys are the money scammers. The runner, the fighter, but thanks to this video, we now know their real names.
Nita, Robert, Caesar, Mickey, Laurentine. All the scammers at one table.
Hello and welcome to another Scam Guide. This is Tubby Jr. And if you're wondering, how come we came across him? How come we knew he was going to be in Prague cheating people? Well, we know thanks to this. Instagram, you understand Instagram, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so are you taking a selfie for your Instagram?
A selfie?
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram. We have access to all the social media platforms these scammers use, and they like to share things. For example, when they're heading out to Prague, and therefore we know when we should head out and chase them.
Cože? Tak musím chytit. Every day you hear about how privacy is important in the online world and that you should keep your accounts private. Well, lucky for us, the money scammers have their accounts on Facebook and Instagram fully opened, so we were able to dig through them.
The video you saw in the beginning was filmed in one of the Prague restaurants in 2016. We had it translated, and our boys are talking about how they came to Prague to scam people, and that the following day they will go to the Charles Bridge.
And just like they said, right here by the Charles Bridge is this exchange office where these guys love to work, cheat tourists. And while they're here, they also love to take selfies. And the scammer with the nickname Runner, his real name is Nita, he's a real champion at taking selfies right here by the exchange office and the Charles Bridge. Not only this guy's selfies, but also his disguise, the way he dresses up is unbelievable. And for those shades, I'd give him 10 out of 10. But believe it or not, there's one scammer who loves selfies even more. He could be like a real influencer, and that is Stefan.
Stefan here was our entry gate to the social media profiles of all the scammers. I noticed that he not only follows me on my personal account, on our Honest Guide account, but also on a profile called Scam Guide that I started just to bait scammers. And through this profile, I got to all the other profiles of our money scammers.
Thanks to the pictures that these guys share on their Instagrams, we were able to find out where they go to have a drink in Prague for coffee, where they go for lunch, and also where they go to enjoy the great Czech beer. Right here. And thanks to that, we were able to locate where they sleep, where they stay over when they come for the season to steal money from tourists. It is a place nearby here.
We went to check out the place, and let me tell you, it ain't a 5-star hotel.
On the other hand, this place is great, so if you ever happen to be in the neighborhood, Honest Guide and Scammers approved. Finally, we have something in common. The best time for the money scammers is when there's the most tourists in the city, and usually that is during the summer and also during Christmas. And we know they always come for that, and thanks to their Instagrams, we also know what their Christmas Eve dinner looked like. And for the midnight mass, these guys didn't go to church, they went to casino. And the frequent viewers, I'm sure, will recognize that it's the casino where the raccoon escaped from me just before he tried to bit me. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you should watch the previous video.
These boys try to look as tough as possible. I'd almost say they are wannabe gangsters. They even show off with the money they stole from the tourists. Like here on the fruit bowl. Yup, that's a real picture they shared.
Since the money scammers don't come to Prague for vacation, but for business, they usually take pictures at their workplace, which is always in front of an exchange office.
But sometimes even a scammer needs to lay off and go for a vacation. For example, Nita loves to go to Venice. He went there in May, then in June, later in July, and also in September.
I hope you see where I'm getting with this. Nita is not going to Venice for vacation to admire its beautiful canals. Nope, he goes there to scam people.
Now you may wonder, what is the scam these guys perform in countries where they can't do their money exchange trick, since in Italy they use euros? Well, they also play the cups and balls scam, a game where you can never win. I managed to find out that Nita was even sent to court in Italy and was given a fine. And in Malta, it ended up even worse for him. Here is a picture he shared on his Facebook on the 30th of June as he is trying to scam someone with the cups and balls. Now, I also found an article that is from the 7th of July that talks about foreigners being deported from Malta for this exact scam. Therefore, it only took the local officials 7 days to get rid of these guys. Respect to Malta.
Speaking of dates, let's find out what's the oldest picture on the scammers' Facebooks and Instagrams so we can find when they were first here in Prague to scam people. The oldest one we found was from 2014. Already back then, they were scamming tourists. So it may seem they've been around for 8 years. Well, no, they've been around much longer. We also found a report from the city hall. It was a report warning tourists about a fake money exchange scam happening on the streets that is done by people from Romania and Bulgaria. Well, the report is from 2005. That means these guys have been around for 17 years.
But let's go back from the past to the present. As of right now, we have a very good knowledge of where the scammers are and what are they doing. Nita is in Paris by the merry-go-round, Tough Guy moved to London, Tubby Jr. is scamming by the Eiffel Tower, and Salmon, believe it or not, moved to Canada. I must say we really picked him a proper nickname.
Now, if you think that after we will publish this episode, these money scammers will set their profiles to private, therefore we will lose a source of information, well, they can do that, but we're already infiltrated into their profiles with fake accounts that they can never tell is us. Because most of these guys have like thousands of friends. I don't think they will ever find which one is ours. Now, if you're wondering for how long we're going to continue on making these videos about money scammers here in Prague, well, we'll be making them until they stop coming to Prague. And once they stop, we will go to Venice, to Paris, to Malta. And obviously for that, you can be with us if you subscribe. I have no idea where the future steps will take us, but I'll see you next week on another video. You specifically came here this week to steal money. And now we're ruining your business trip, if I may call it that. And here's a Czech word for you at the end. I'm going to teach you how to say privacy in Czech, and that is soukromí. Privacy is soukromí, and you should treasure your soukromí.